how I'm like, oh, this is even a better version. So, but the way descriptors work is you don't always have to be, oh, and then I also had emotions. Sorry, that was another thing. Descriptors, and emotions. And the thing with descriptors that I always find very cool is like you have to be really animated with it to help show things. So we'll start with descriptors. The first one, and like a lot of them are also not that challenging to figure out. Like for when you're saying like someone's short or someone's tall, short, tall. And a lot of times you make that like, and if it's like someone really tall, like one of those really tall basketball players, you always make that like, you make a face of like, he is tall or she's short. For size, one of the things that is kind of like really different compared to like how we always discuss and talk about people when we're describing them, and not in a mean way, just like an actual just way of describing someone, is in ASL, they're very blunt. They're to the point. They're not going to try to use the flowery where it's like, she's just a little chunky, you know. No, they don't use it. They're either going to say she's big or she's like normal, kind of like just regular, or they might use skinny. So this is a sign for like skinny, like thin skinny. And you're almost kind of like pursing your lips like you are. Skinny. That's what I used to sign for my sister because she's thick thin. She's just, and that's just how she is. But like this is a sign for like fat. And when I remember when I first learned, I was like, that's a little, I feel bad saying that someone was like this big, because that's kind of deemed rude for us. But that's how they describe it. So like big, you just kind of use however you're saying. Like for me, I'd be like, you know, I'm like this. For others, probably like, you know, it's depending on where you're describing the size as. And so there's that. If you're saying someone is old or young, the sign for old is old. So you start here and you form into like a fist and you pull it down. It's almost like you're grabbing an old man's beard. That's what I think about. And that's because this is the sign for age. So age, like a smaller version, age. So like your age is what? And a lot of times people will repeat it. Your age, so age. So old is like you're grabbing great grandpa's long beard. That's always what I think about. I always think about Dumbledore and Gandalf. I'm like, and they're both old. So
yeah.
Young is gonna be young. It's like I always get this one a little kind of mixed up because there is like very similar signs like animal, like what's up, but it's like young. You start with your hands like this and they go up. Young.
Okay.
Yeah. And I will double check on that to make sure, because I'm 95% sure, but there's always that 5% of I actually combined it with a different one and I flopped it and I didn't realize. So, but that's young. Then if you're describing like hair, what you would do, so like this is like the sign for like hair, is just like kind of pinching and grabbing. And you would sign any of the colors, like if you're saying like it's brown, so like hair color brown.
This is color?
Color. Oh yes, so color. It's like you're just tapping on your color. Okay. So like hair color brown, hair color red, orange, whatever. A lot of times, like if you're describing like an auburn or like a strawberry blonde, I always go like I do like make the sign for like between. This is also the sign for share. Okay. Between share, I'll be like between red, orange, between that.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I would describe like in the middle, you know, or it could be like red and yellow, it's between.
So you would say yellow instead of like you would be blonde headed. You would say yellow, or
I believe there is a sign for blonde, but see, because I am not a blonde myself, I always like you know what? I'm never gonna be blonde. I know I won't be a blonde, but I will go back and check on that because that is one I'm pretty sure I've seen there is a sign for. I just, being the dramatic brunette I am, I was like, I don't need that sign. But if you're described like your hair, like the length, you would do kind of the basics. So like, like hair's like here, you would show it like this. So, and then if you're describing like if it's curly, the cool thing with curly is that you make a C and you're going to go curly.
Okay.
You make the motion of curly, curly, curly. And then if it's kind of just wavy, you kind of do like, the same. It's very visual of you can pick up on, okay, that's kind of the motion. And then let's see, is there any other hair? I know the sign for bald, that one always makes me laugh. So bald is going to be your middle finger. You're going to start on the top of your head and you're just going to make a circle, like a spiral, basically. Bald. It's basically like how the light reflects off of it. Like there's nothing there. It's empty. So that's the sign for bald. If you're kind of describing again, like the short, like, might go bald, like, it's very visual. You can kind of pick up on if you're describing like he's balding, like, well, he's bald here, bald hair, that. So
okay,
those are kind of, and I'm trying to think of any more hairs, but very much hairstyles are changing and they're getting a lot more difficult to explain. So it's fun trying to describe them.
What about spiky? Like spiky hair.
I believe for spiky hair, you just literally go hair and just go, like, just kind of do the pokey motions, like, and making sure you show it's like not like this, but like poking, and I believe mohawk is mohawk.
Okay.
So very, very normal motions you would kind of use to describe something to anyone anyways, like saying, oh yeah, he's got like a mohawk, and so let's see, is there any others? Oh, here, let me add, I put blonde, but I put it next to everything and I want to make sure I put a question mark so I know that's me having to look it up. Or if not, because I'll be like, oh, we went over blonde. Okay, awesome. And let's see. So if you're describing someone's clothes, it's again using the colors. And I have, Miss Catherine, do you remember if we've gone over the colors already? Or
I think we did go over the colors.
Okay.
I don't remember them, but we did go over them.
Okay, I just want to make sure, because if not, there is that video I did make for the last class that was just colors, straight colors, and that's also a video that can either be, if it's already uploaded, you guys can find or whatnot.
Okay.
When I send out the notes for this one, I'll include a link to the colors video.
Perfect, because colors are obviously important when you're describing things, like describing shirts. So for like a shirt, a lot of times people just pull on your shirt. But this is also the sign for volunteer, like volunteers.
Oh.
Volunteers. But if you're describing like shirt, I always try to do double. Just to kind of be like, I'm talking about this. I'm not talking about volunteering. I'm talking about this.
Right.
And I'll be like, it's blue, like colors like blue, and it has you. And I'm going a little more because I'm talking and signing, because I was going has, words, blah, 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 blah. But you could say, says, like mine says happiness is being a teacher. Just me being my little geeky self. I love this shirt. But so finger spelling the words. If it's polka dots, you would go polka dots, and you make like the polka dots. Either way, polka dots. Stripes is going to be, you're going to have your fingers kind of open like this. If they're horizontal stripes, you'll go stripes. If they're vertical, stripes. Or I guess usually come across stripes. If it's plaid, you would go stripes. You go. It's like you're making the motion of that. Trying to think of any other. So
is that the same way? Would you use the same stripes if you were talking about an animal with stripes? Like that's just stripes?
I believe so, yes. Because like if you're describing like a zebra and we're saying it's stripes, you'd be like, well, the zebra. Because I believe the sign for zebra is actually involved in the stripes, the sign for stripes. I haven't used that one in a while, so I'd have to go back and look. But it's like you would be like the stripes are going this way or the stripes are going that way. So yes, it's just the sign for stripes and all.
Okay.
For dress, you would go dress. dress, and you would go all the way down. You can't see it, but I'm going like all the way down. Like I'd almost be going to my hips to show. And if you're describing the length of the dress, you basically go down your leg of like, you know, if it's above the knee, show the motion of it being above your knee, below, however far. If it's like a floor length dress, a lot of times people just go and they go like out. I'm making it short so you can see, but like out. So it looks like it's all the way to the bottom. If you're describing a jacket, you would go jacket.
Like you're putting it on.
Yes, like you're putting it on. And then you would describe that either by its color or what kind. Like if it's jeans, you usually just kind of fingerspell. Some people will do, there's this really cool sign for blue jeans that I'll show you when we get to pants that I've seen my kids do. Because they would come up to me and ask, because on Fridays we used to have Blue Jean Friday, and they'd ask me like all the Thursdays before, tomorrow Blue Jean Friday, like blue jeans. And the first time they did, I was like, what are you saying? You're just smacking your leg every now and then. And I looked and was like, oh wait, no, there's letters. Where are they? And I finally saw them, was like, oh, that's blue jeans. So if you're describing a skirt, again, it's kind of, you would at your hips flare it out. You can't really see, but it's like you flare it out. If you're describing glasses, so glasses. And this can be just like sunglasses, reading glasses. If it's a specific kind, you probably will want to be like sunglasses, you know, or be like reading glasses. You'd almost want to kind of use a sign or fingerspell to be specific of like, these are the type of glasses, like if you're looking for something. So for shorts, again, it's the same thing of just kind of patting that motion. And the way that you can identify it different from a dress is because a dress is going to do this and then you go down. Whereas shorts is just kind of shorts, pants, that kind of deal. Did you have a question, Miss Catherine? I thought I saw your hand up. Okay, sorry.
I was
want to
just,
make sure.
yeah, thank you.
And then, so the sign for blue jeans that I've seen is you start with a B. It's very hard because I'm sitting, but you smack your leg and then you turn to a J. So you pat your leg, turn to a J.
Okay.
Blue jeans. I'm lifting my knee. I'm sorry, I'm in shorts. It's hot. So blue jeans. You pat a B, do another J. You pat B, pat J. So blue jeans. I like that. That's what I've seen. I think that's a very cool sign, but that's just me. So if you're describing jewelry, a lot of times, you know, it's like you'd be pointing to the ears. You might go like this to show that they're actually like dangly earrings, like this. And then you would proceed to like describe them. So it gets kind of complicated. A lot of times, like if I'm trying to do like hoops, I'll just go like hoops. And I kind of make that like, look, it's the circular. But I don't usually have to describe a lot of earrings. Rings. So rings is going to be, you're just going to tap like on which finger it is, like this, like a ring, and then you'll tap. So you'll make this kind of motion, like you're putting it on, and then tap. So ring. That's the same for like engagement ring. Watch is going to be, it's really, it's just more like your time, like a watch. You would kind of tap and then start to kind of make that motion of like it's a thing. So you're not saying like, oh, it's time, it's this. Let's see, is there anything else of descriptions? I'm trying to think. Are there any others that you guys can think of that I didn't think of? Oh, I know one, shoes. So this plain simple sign for shoes is you make two fists, like two S's, and you go shoes. You just tap them together, shoes.
Okay.
And that's just kind of like any kind. I always do, when in doubt, just fingerspell if it's a specific kind. Like if it's tennis shoes, I will fingerspell tennis shoes, or I'll fingerspell chacos because those are my favorite shoes of all time. I wear them all day, every day. I pretty much do in the summer. So, and that's just kind of how I describe shoes a lot of the times. It's just fingerspell them to make sure I'm being clear. But a lot of times I'm also not the greatest about being specific with shoes because I don't always look at shoes. I look at the front and this, and that's about it. So
Rental car girl. Thanks.
let's see. Anything else? Trying to think. So any other signs any other descriptions, anything like that you guys would be that I didn't mention that you'd be curious of?
I think we did this one, but what about bright?
Like a bright color?
Yeah, like a bright color or a bright light.
So I believe it's like bright, like you know how the motion for dark is like this? So bright kind of motion. And I will double check on that because I don't always, like I've said, I still, I have taken many years of ASL, but I like to always say I'm always learning as well. So there's always rooms for mistakes, which is why I don't like to judge. So I will double check on that. I'm pretty sure it's bright.
Okay. Right.
And it's and like not doing like that, but like bright, almost like opening up. Because I was doing this and I was like, oh no, it's not that, but like bright.
What
And
about,
like,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
oh no, you're good. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, what about, I remember doing like backpack or bag.
Yes, so
First-
backpack is gonna be backpack. You have your thumbs out like you're holding your backpack strap, backpack.
Okay.
And then bag or purse can be this or like this. This is also like briefcase, like suitcase, things like that. I always end up holding mine like that, or I'll be like my purse and I'll put like this, like, purse. Because I don't hold mine like this. I'm notorious for not doing that. I always have a cross one and I get in trouble because my sister's like, that's not mature enough. And I'm like, well, you know what? It's comfortable. No one's gonna try to take it from me. So we're good. But purse, bag.
Okay.
Any others, or we can move on to emotions.
Mhm.
All right, sounds good. Okay, so for emotions, I got a list of them. So first one is happy. You're gonna have kind of like open home happy. Yeah, happy. And that's the same for saying happy birthday. Happy
Okay.
birthday.
Oh,
You'll go birthday.
birthday. Oh,
Happy
I thought it was
birthday.
happy birthday.
Is
Is that not right?
You technically could be because you're saying happy birthday, like that's a very literal version of
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah.
It's your birth and it's it's this day.
Right.
But most people I see is happy birthday. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I like to always think it's because this is the sign for favorite. And so of course your favorite day is going to be your birthday.
Oh, yeah.
It's like mine is like favorite is mine. So birthday. That's what I think of.
Okay.
But then I have sad. So sad's gonna be sad. And one thing that's kind of easy to pick up on is you're not gonna be like sad
Yeah.
tears, like very confusing. You're gonna be like, I'm showing you I'm upset.
Yeah.
Then I have mad. So mad, you kind of have your hand, like mad.
Yeah.
Mad. Then we have scared. So scared, you're gonna start with this, and you're gonna go like you're throwing, scared.
Okay.
Scared. It's kind of like how you tense up and you kind of get close whenever you get started. Like, ooh.
Yeah, I like that one.
This is also like the one for like scary house, like haunted house, like scary house, and I love it because like during Halloween, I'm always like scary house, and I'm a child. I love Halloween, so that one's like a favorite time to me. Then I have upset. So upset is going to start here and you're going to go upset. It's almost like you're going over your chest. You don't want to go too like upset. Upset. Because if you go too far down, you're going to be actually doing like a motion for being pregnant. So upset. I love how that one can be so confusing. You're saying I'm pregnant when you're really saying, no, I'm upset. So then we have nice. So nice is nice. And that's the same from nice to meet you.
Nice. Okay.
So
Nice.
that's you can use that for either saying, well, that was very nice of you. You're a nice person, or it was nice seeing you today. Even though kind of like I always see those as kind of two completely different meanings, because one is saying like it's describing a person while other is describing action, but they use the same sign. So nice. Then we have rude. So rude can be like signed two different ways. One of the ways I do is I'll have my Y with my thumb on the opposite side. So for you guys, it's going to be starting on your left side. For me, it's my right. And you go rude. And you go just kind of under your chin.
Rude.
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 And I always make that vision of like, you're rude. Rude. The other one is rude. Rude. It's your middle finger. Rude. Rude. The only reason I don't use that one as much is because I believe this is naked. Naked. And so it's very easy to mix them up. And so I always just try to steer clear. And I go for rude. Because this one you can't really mess up on being like, that's not rude. This is the sign for rude. Then we have mean. So mean is going to be, you're going to have one hand right here, others up, and they're going to slowly form into fist. Mean.
Mean.
Mean. And they come kind of close to each other. Like they're not brushing, but they're close. Mean. Mean. Mean.
Mean.
And if you do it the opposite way, you're saying the most. So mean is down with an angry face. Most is up.
Okay.
Then I have nervous. So nervous is an easy one. Nervous is nervous. Pretty sure you could do this too, like nervous.
Nervous.
I always laugh at this one because I normally shake. I'm a little bit of a shaky person. So if I just do this, sometimes I just start to shake, and I'm like, I'm actually not nervous now, but I look it. I do look it. So then we have shy. So shy is going to be, you're going to start with the top front of your knuckles on your chin. And you're going to go shy. And you don't want to go fully. You want to go shy. It's like you're kind of doing a middle of it. Shy. So you'll start with your fingers like this, like resting, and you're just turning it inward. So shy. Yeah. And you're like going down. It's a very awkward sign to try to show, because you're starting with like the flat of your outside knuckles on your cheek, and you're just turning it. So you're just like turning it downward. So shy. Yeah, there you go. Shy. And the reason I say not to go outward is because that is the sign for a whore. And so I just wanted, I have to be honest. This is, so I'm like, you want to make sure you keep kind of on your face, because if you go outward, it's not good.
Yeah.
So,
Good tip.
yes. And then we have embarrassed. So embarrassed is going to be embarrassed. You just open your emotions and you're almost like you're pushing it out. So embarrassed. Then we have tired. So tired, you're going to start with your hands here, and you're just going to go tired.
Tired.
And I always make sure to kind of have my shoulders even come down to like, I'm tired. Like I'm really showing it. I'm not being like, oh, I'm tired. No, I'm tired. It's like that relaxing of like your shoulders. You know, when you see people in movies when they're just like, and their shoulders kind of that. I go with that. Tired. Then let's see. I have excited. So excited is going to be your middle fingers, and you're going to go excited. You just kind of keep brushing up. Excited. And you'll have that happy face of like, I'm very excited for you. I'm very excited to see you. That's excited. And then I have honest. So honest is going to be an H with your dominant hand. Your non-dominant hand's palm up. Honest. And that's like your fingers are side by side vertically. Yeah, honest. It's being like, and this is like, you know, she's an honest person. Please be honest with me. And you kind of wave that. So then the last three I have are not really emotions, but they are like, they kind of connect. And it's like the word for lie. So lie is going to be, you're going to kind of have yours at like this position, and you're going to have your pointer finger sideways just go across your chin. Lie.
Gonna hurt myself.
I know. Well, it's always funny because there's certain signs that teachers will say, just be careful of. One of them is actually like fed up. Like, I am just getting so done with this. And that one cracks me up because I've had to use it a couple of times. And when you're signing it, you're basically, it's like how you are when you're angry and you're frustrated already. It's like, I'm so fed up with this. Like, I'm tired of this. Well, you sign it that same way where your frustration is. So, and the sign for fed up is fed up. Like, you just kind of start from your stomach and you're just up to the top. You're just like, I'm fed up. And I've had some of my coworkers say they get so mad, they're just like fed up. And then later they're like, oh my gosh, that actually hurts. So they say, watch out for fed up.
Yeah.
And I crack up because I was like, oh yeah, sure. And then I started signing. I'm like, I'm so fed up with that. Stop. I was like, oh, that was close. Like, they didn't hurt that bad, but I felt it. I was like, oh. So the other one I have is fake. So fake is going to be your pointer finger, and you're going to fake, 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 fake. And then the last one I have is real. So the sign for real is going to be, again, your pointer finger, and you're just going up your chin. So real. This is also the sign for truth. You're just kind of going straight upward, like outward. Like, you're almost speaking it, like it's true. It's real. And that's kind of like if you're saying like a true or false question, you would be like true or fake. True or fake. So that did remind me of another one, the sign for careful. And I think this one is a good one. Is so careful is going to have your K's. You're going to have them on top of each other, and you're like careful, careful. So like careful, you shake them gently, like careful, careful. And a lot of times here, I'm going to angle this down. You have it kind of like sideways, so you're not like always like careful. It's careful, careful, careful. Let's see. I think those are all the emotions I have. Are there any signs you're curious of or would like me to go over, or any? It doesn't have to be an emotion. It could be just a sign in general you're just curious of. So I'm trying to think of others. I guess I could say like the sign for like warning, like, watch out kind of deal. That one's always a fun one with my kids. Is you have like your non-dominant hand's a fist. Your dominant hand just comes up and it's like, I'm warning. It's like almost like saying like this. Like, I think it's from that, back in the old days of saying you'll get a slap on the wrist, being like, watch it.
Warning. Yeah.
So like it's like watch it, warning. I believe it's also a sign for danger, like there's problems, but I think there's also another sign for danger. I always end up kind of using this one, being like, so.
What about like tornado warning and tornado watch?
So that one you would actually use, so for the warning, you would actually use the sign for alarm. So the sign for alarm is alarm. Yeah, alarm. And so tornado is tornado. I might have it might be pinkies, but I'm pretty sure it's pointer fingers, tornado. So you'd be like tornado alarm, or tornado, like, honestly, I think a lot of times you're saying like, oh, it's a watch. I'll see them say tornado alarm, and then they'll finger spell like watch, like watch. It's not a like, real thing yet, but keep an eye. And then the sign for hurricane. I always get this one because the other way of doing it is also hotel is hurricane. So it's the H is in hurricane.
Yeah, I like that one.
And I'm gonna double check on that one because there is also
That's a cool one.
The sign for hotel is somewhere like that too. You always gotta be careful with hotel, and that one stresses me out because I'm like, how is this close to hurricane? How is hurricane and hotel supposed to be similar? But hurricane and then hotel is somewhere there. I'll have to double check it. But since we're off there, like just fingers palm, like I'm talking about a hotel. I'm not talking about a store.
Hurricanes.
Like that would be so. What an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Well, since we're on weather, I might as well just give y'all the weather signs because those are good ones. So the sign for weather is going to be, you make a W, you have them basically touch weather, and you'll just have it shake weather.
Wait.
So you make your W's.
Yeah. Okay.
Weather. And they just shake a little. It's not big weather. No, it's weather. So we have rain. And a lot of times the way you would really describe, sorry, I was scratching my cheek. That was not I saw you leaning. I was like, oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That was me itching. That was just an itch. But I try to make sure to keep an eye on not doing stuff like that because I'm like, you guys are actually watching my hands, so I have to be careful what I'm doing. But for rain, so rain is rain.
We did that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And then
I
snow.
don't, yes. Oh, so we did do that one. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, and we did one other one too. Oh, thunder. Wasn't it like thunder?
Thunder,
Thunder.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thunder. And then we had the lightning. Oh,
The
so we
light-
did do some weather.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we didn't do lightning.
So lightning is just you make that little. It's almost like you're making the Harry Potter symbol on his fourth, the scar.
Okay.
You know, lightning.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think if there's any other weather ones that I can think of.
How would you say windy?
So I always kind of do the motion of like
Yeah.
winding, kind of that. You know, a lot of times I'll show the kids. You see, like the leaf. It's
Yeah.
so that's kind of how I do it. There's probably an actual sign for it, and I just am not. I'm just not there, not aware enough to like have it, but I always kind of act it out a little more. But that also is because I'm a dramatic person. I want my kids to know that I'm saying it's really really windy outside. So
Right.
But let's see. What else I have? Well, no, I'm glad I did the weather. We didn't do the weather in the last group, so that's why I said,
Yeah.
oh, we haven't talked about that. Let me add these in. And apparently
Yeah.
I thought about that beforehand. Let's see. Any other signs you're curious of or things you're curious of, like signs?
So I have a question, and I haven't really listened or watched the replay, so you may be doing this, but you know, in a future class, I don't know how many we have left, but it'd be really good to kind of have a quiz, like you share some things and then have us kind of sign them back to you, because I feel like I've got so many in my mind. I just need to start getting them out when I
It's
hear
the
them.
expressive. The expressive.
Yeah. And
Yes.
I know you did that one finger spelling little challenge one time, and I know I missed several of those, but that would be kind of fun for me just to begin hearing them and then try to remember what the signs were.
Yes. Well, and I've considered the thing I've tried, I'm thinking of others of things like those. And I won't lie, I haven't been the greatest about putting them out there. I keep trying to make more videos, and every time I try to make a video, something happens in this household. And my brain is like, I gotta handle this. And then I come back, I'm like, what was I doing again? Oh,
Right.
I don't remember. So, but one of the things I have thought of doing, and just for like, and this may be something that we could try this class, and if not, try it next session. And even though you won't be in it, Ms. Katie, we could probably discuss about providing it for others, where I may like say sign your name to me, and then you submit a video of you doing it, and I can go back and look at it, and then I can like answer a question.
I think I can set up Google,
like
the Google
quiz.
Classroom quizzes.
Yeah.
So that somebody could submit a video, like you would click start video and then they would sign it, and then so I'll
And
look into that, because I
and well, there's also this really cool app that's not an app. Well, I think it's an app, but it's also a website called Flipgrid, and it's super cool. It's something we might could try like next time or anything. And what it is it's all videos. You respond with videos.
did you say flip grid?
So it's flip, like FILPGRID.
Okay.
And it's really cool. I'm 99% sure it's free. And what it is basically you have someone creates a class. So we could create a class, and your prompt is you either signing it or you can type it out. And then, or really it's a video. You can have a video of you either saying, hi, welcome to class. So here's what I want you all to do. I want you to say something, take 1 minute to tell me something about yourself. And then everybody who's like a student actually gets to respond with a video. And they have like a minute. And my kids love it. They love it because you get to like actually put like filters on, and you get to decorate yourself afterwards for your picture, because you put a picture at the end to be like, that's what shows up.
Okay, I'll have to look into that. I love that, because I actually love the idea of everybody making a quick video where you'd be like, my name is Katie, I have red hair, I work at a library. Like we've learned enough signs that we could say simple stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. And
Good.
I keep sitting there thinking about how would be the best way to help get you guys to be using it, because receptive is important, but also expressive is important too.
Mhm.
And it always does feel kind of hard with doing virtual, because like on Zoom, because we have such a limited amount of time. And we
Right.
have our few friends that may not be able to show up every week, but they watch the videos later, and
Mhm.
they miss out on that. They miss that chance to do that. And I hate
Yeah.
limiting people like that. I hate being like, nope, you missed it. I hate it. I like to
Mm.
provide for all. So I have considered that. I completely forget about that website until like something hits me, or I like go on my iPad because I have it on there, because that's how I recorded a lot of videos for my kids, was I would sign them that way. I did them for vocabulary. Man, was that fun. They would have to fingerspell it, sign
Yep.
it, and then use it in a sentence.
Yeah,
And
Nice.
that's
it
good.
worked well. So that might be something we can try to be like, hey, if you want to, you can join this class. Here's how. There you
Mhm.
go.
Yeah.
So I am more than happy to try to provide as many quizzes. It's just me not being the greatest about submitting them or getting them. And like, I have to find a better way to do it. And if we get Flipgrid to work, I might be able to find a way where I can just video myself and submit them there. Because one of the hardest things is like my Google Drive, my personal Google Drive is very full. And so by the time I finish assigning a video and it's uploading, it takes forever to upload. And then
Mhm.
I hope it will fully upload. Sometimes I've had it where it's like takes forever, and then by the time I look, it's like, oh yeah, no, we couldn't upload it. And I'm like, okay, how are we gonna do this? So it's a very complicated, and the sense of having my Google Drive being like, oh yeah, no, if you want to, you can have more gigabytes for this much a month. And I'm like, I don't want to. I
Yeah.
just want to. So
Yep.
it takes a while, and I have to do a lot of trying to work it out, which is why it does take a while to get
Yeah.
in. Like I'll have videos. The recording myself's not hard. It's the getting it to actually being uploaded and to properly getting it to Miss Katie. Because sometimes I'll think I'll send it and it doesn't send, and I'm like, well, why didn't it send? What's going on? And
Yeah.
I record on my iPad because it's easier to place it and move myself.
Right.
So it gets very complicated. But if we all end up really liking the Flipgrid, that could be something where I can do more, and it's easier to do
Yeah.
because you upload in like that. It's not that long.
Yeah. Well, just a suggestion, just, to start getting that comprehension and that expression, because I feel like I've got so many different things floating around. So,
and it'd be good to actually use them, put them to
Yeah.
use.
Yeah.
for sure. But learning is, I appreciate you sharing as many as you do each week, because you share a lot. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I try my hardest. I want to give you guys as much, because I know 8 weeks, it's an hour a week. And I feel bad if I'm like, well, it's almost like I want to help. I want to allow you guys to be able to practice on your own. And I want to give more of the supplemental, which I think will be helpful with that lab website and that app, to give the supplemental. Because I've always felt like if you give me the signs and I have a video where I can go and check them over and over again, look at them again,
Yeah.
I can try to not teach it, but practice it myself.
Yeah.
Because we're not kids, that have to be forced to practice every time. Like if we really want to learn it, we'll learn it, and we'll really practice. So that's why I give a lot. I always feel bad because I look at some people, I can see their faces just like, where are we now? I've lost complete, like I can't even catch up on these signs. So,
but the recordings are good. You can go back and listen to them. So that's good.
Exactly. So.
Yeah. So, well, I'm about to have to hop off, but thank you so much.
Yes. Oh, no problem.
Tonight.
No problem at all.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I will get this uploaded and add the timestamps and send it out, and we'll be good to go.
Yes. And I will try to get a video. I hate whenever I say try and then I actually don't. A video quiz from, I'm going to try to do 2. I might end up trying to do them like on Flipgrid and seeing if I can be like, hey, here's the link to that. And maybe it won't let you sign in, but you can see it. Because that way it uploads faster and it's smoother, so it won't take as long. But maybe a video from last week's words and then a video for this week's words.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So, I will work on that.
All right. Well, thank you, Gillian.
Thank you.
Bye, Catherine.
Right,
Bye, Gillian.
Rest of y'all's week. Bye.
Bye.